Productions. Let's start this thing.
Close enough. Hello there, everyone. Okay, let's get some music going. And yeah, let's get on the game. Actually, just give it 2 seconds. I think if I don't give it a couple of seconds, it's going to be a bit upset at me for some reason. I think. I'm basing this purely off a little green tick that has not completely become a hole. Oh, the things that computers do to you. Alright. Is it done or? Got it, let's try it. We're okay. Okay. So, let's get going. We're on the free to play to begin with. We're just going to go through our dailies. I've already mapped out GAC, so that's something. Hello, Snappy, how you doing? Alright. 400 crystals, we're feeling rich. Have to wait and see. By the way, I did find it a little bit funny. You were talking about Mercury, and I'm thinking, I still haven't got that and Halion yet. I've said to myself, I don't want to get them until I know what my token income's looking like, because I've got 5k for next. I was going to say next card. Whatever the next card is. So I'm like, I want to hold on to that. And I can't help but think they've just thrown an extra 2 Series 4 cards at us. So I'm like, no, you've made me go over budget. No, I'm not just going to drop, what, 6k tokens on them, is it? No, 8k tokens, isn't it? It's 4k tokens for a packet, if I'm right. I'm probably wrong, but it feels like that. No, it can't be 4k, otherwise it'd be more than the Series 4 card. Or is it? It'd be 2.5k, isn't it? Yeah, so I could get it, but I would then not have enough for the card next week. That makes sense in my head now. Okay. We got there in the end. Alright, let's get this done. Honestly, the only one I'm looking forward to, I don't know if I'll get it in time, is Death Stranding 2. I managed to go on the game last night, and I've got a thumbnail for it. So, I say a thumbnail, I've got a thumbnail for my new video. So, I'm going to try and get this game all uploaded by the time the new game comes out. Yeah, we got another late stream, Mike. I'm in a funny position this week. I had a phone call I had to free for yesterday. I didn't know how long it was going to be, and it was like 10 minutes at most, so I felt like a complete idiot for doing my stream on Wednesday. But I didn't know ahead of time, so it was like, oh, okay, you know, I've now got a free afternoon. But yeah, I know tomorrow I'm laughing to myself again here, because it could be the same thing. I've got a stream tomorrow. It's for Marvel Snap. And it's because I'm in a tournament, or I'm taking part in a tournament, I should say. But the nature of a tournament is I could be out in the first round, essentially. So I could have loads to stream. I could have, like, an hour. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Am I on the path to end Jedi Temple Guard at 5-star at the end of the marquee? I don't know about 5-star, but we're certainly pushing to get as many as we can. I mean, what is it? We're at 23 out of 65 now, and we've got another, what, 5 shards coming? Is it 5, 10? Well, let's just bring it up, because even I'm struggling to remember it all. Is it this? Nope. This? Nope. Let's try it. Gotta be in the game news. Here we go. Right, so the prelims. Oh no, that's just. I'll get there. The trouble, this is like the new the new week, if you like, so they've just bombarded us with stuff. Here we go. Alright, so it'll be open to the public, 1,200 players. The event will be Saturday from 3 my time to 10 my time. And then same on Sunday. Yeah, I fully expect to be out on day one, but I'm going to give it a crack. I mean, say I fully expect to be out for the simple fact that I know much better Snap players who have gone out early in these tournaments. So yeah, I'm just there just to have an experience, shall we say. Was that like Sarah in the picture of the 4 people? I can see the resemblance a little bit. Was it on this page, I think? There we go. Oh, I say from afar anyway. Maybe not up front. I miss Sarah. There we go. I honestly don't know. I mean, it says I've got to log on to the like matchmaking service an hour before the tournament begins. So yeah, I'll probably start my stream just after 2, if not bang on. I'm gonna say that's been a while since I've seen Sarah. Did she stop in January or is it before that? It's been a while. I know I miss her Conquest videos. I know that's a very reductive thing when she did Create Expectations and everything, but yeah, it's just something that you could sort of pin your hat on a little bit in terms of, oh, maybe Sarah will know this, you know. Still got a bit Dynasty and whatnot, but still. October, wow. I mean, I remember she said at the time she wasn't going to say she'd never come back, but you kind of put a thing in it, don't you, where if they don't come back after a certain time, it's like, yeah, they're probably happy in retirement. Also, I think it was that time of year when we just had the changes to the with episode passes and all that, so was it September? Ooh, so what, we are on 9 months now, aren't we? 9, 10 months. It was funny, really. The other day, I was thinking to myself, I would have gone in the HoloNet News server, I think it is, and just sort of written out how you doing kind of thing. But I thought, I've never actually spoke to her. So it feels very random to just go in there and say, how you doing? But equally, I know that's kind of a thing to do, or you can do. I don't know. I think it's where my my social skills are not up to scratch. About Sarah? Oh, I mean, honestly, I think if you were to like collate how long certain like content creators have been gone, there is a topic there to be had, because even though it doesn't feel that long ago, imagine the likes of Mobile Gamer and Cubs Fan Harm are quite a while, even though Cubs Fan especially still feels relatively recent. Like, I bet he's, what, maybe 2 years? Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it is longer. Mobile Gamer's definitely longer. He's like 4 or 5, I bet, by now. But this is where I can't pin it, because I think he left about 2020, didn't he? Because it was around the time Galactic Legends came into the game. I know Cubs hung around a lot longer than that. But yeah, you talk about those like big Titan names. Surprising how long it's been. Ooh, that was a good drop. Hang on, I've just... my Discord's still not on... I don't know what you call it, streamer mode. some reason, it's not turning itself on automatically. Then just tick that thing again about activating it if OBS is on. I have had a loop fairly recently. I mean, I've got a little bit of a mixed bag on my 2 accounts, but there's a few interesting ones on here. 726 days here. I know, I say I know foolish just for the fact that myself and another one of my guild mates, we were like the top end of we were running like the squad shard, so we got on for so long. And then as soon as the squad shot disappeared, it all faded a little bit. Liam, I'm still sad he's quit. I mean, if he's enjoying whatever he's doing, that's his call. But man, yeah, he stopped around November, I think. Yeah, that one really was sad to see because he was such a, I'll say, competitive guy in the sense that, you know, he was fair game and all that. But yeah, really enjoyed the chat side with him. Charlie using my guild again, top bloke, nearly a year to the day he's gone. Hang on, I've got to just screenshot that for him. Man, oh man. Hey up, Trevor boy, how you doing? We're taking a funny trip down memory lane, it seems. Revan quit, well, I say quit, that's our retirement guild. And yeah, he's been gone about half a year. So again, that was around the time the episode passes came out. And I don't really know Zanet. I vaguely remember, I do remember them, but I don't really have any interactions with them, so I can probably remove them. Casing Null was a weird one as far as they always said they were going to come back and they never did. Gibbo, he was the top guy when I started streaming, and say I don't think he stopped playing for what was it, 115 days? He hasn't stopped playing for long, but it's like, yeah, I haven't actually spoke to him in a long time in spite of that, but top guy all the same. He's gone for some milk. If we're talking about, trying to find his name again, Casing Null, I think it was more, originally he was saying it was something to do with his health. And you're like, oh, of course, you know, take all the time you need. And then obviously he's just never come back. So it's like, okay. But yeah, we're willing to keep him around, or at least to keep him as an ally, just in case he ever changes his mind. Empowered is my baby account. I've not played that in over 1,000 days. That is something for me to see. Hey, tell me hello there. When you got some spare time, any chance you can help me on Discord with that stream? Yeah, sure, no problem. Just give me a DM whenever you're up for a chat. As far as Casey Null, we did still hear off him, so we think he's okay. But it was just one of those things where it might have been an off-spill, and when he came out, it just didn't bother with Swaggo. But yeah, it was nothing serious, but when it comes to Kiz's Hermits, that is actually a more serious one, in that there was a guildmate who had, I can't remember what her actual name was, but we called her Kizza. And she did say she was quitting the game because she got cancer and she didn't want to go through with it. Oh, well, you know, sorry, go through with carrying on playing the game. And we sort of said, right, can you keep in touch, let us know? Because she was an older person. I think she was 60 or 70 at the time. And we didn't actually hear anything off her ever again. So we said to ourselves, right, well, we're going to name the guild Kizzers, just in her memory, if you like. We have actually got in our guild information, I think, as well. Here we go. A very long post from Lan, who's If you ever come to our server and chat to Lan, you'll see a lot of posts like this. He likes to talk. I love him for it, but it's very amusing when you just see it straight away. But yeah, I don't know if Kiz is in this entire block of text because honestly, he deserves a mention. It was such a sad thing to see someone leaving a game like that, especially when you don't hear of them after. You know, you kind of wish you could hear something. What webcam do I use? I've got a Razer Kyo right now. There we go, I'll just type it for you. But, yeah, honestly, there was another one that I used before that. I'm going to try and remember the name. The 920, I think. I think that's what it was called. I might be mistaken. I'll have to double check it. But that was what I was using before, and that's a decent, like, starter one. There we go. I remember it. Yeah, that's what I was using before, and it was decent. It was a surprise, Mike. I mean, Lan, who I've just mentioned, I don't know his exact age off the top of my head, but I know he's on the older end. And I've the second in command of my guild family, if you like, Fat Kid. He's I think in his 50s or 60s. Again, they probably told me their age at some point, and I've kind of blurred it just so I don't actually say you are X age, and I can tell people. But yeah, they're on the older age, so I find it refreshing just seeing how they play. They both play it casually. You know, they don't ever get out of like lower GACs or anything. They farm what they want, but still pretty fun to see. I manage over an over 50s gated community, so we think that someone in there could be playing SWGOH too. Honestly, it is a pretty cool image, isn't it? As far as, like you, I wouldn't have thought of it before actually playing the game. But, yeah. I mean, Fat Kid, maybe actually Americans can give me context here. He said he was stepping down from leadership on the guilds the other week because he's a couple of years away from retirement. So I don't know what the retirement age is in the US, but I'd say work from there. I actually didn't pay $69.99 for mine, by the way. I paid more because at the time it was more top of the range end. So it was probably about 80 to 100 at the time, maybe. Mine, I actually didn't pay that, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I got mugged. Yeah, I'm sure I didn't pay that either. Must have gone down in price with new releases. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I find it decent. It's got a little, what do you call it, a light on it. So I would change it now, but I've got my actual light on. But it's good if you don't want to invest in lighting because it's just, it puts light straight in your face and means you've got a lighting effect on you. Especially with the green screen, it's pretty helpful. Oh, I've just seen that. Let me just... Alright, for a second I was looking, I thought a bit of my green screen was exposed. I was like, okay. I actually thought that originally, right? Because in my room I've got a light just behind my monitor here. I've got one behind my TV, which kind of shoots up by my webcam. Sorry, not webcam, green screen. I've got one above my green screen up here, and I've got one over there by my bed. So in my head, at the time, I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be plenty of lights. No, because they're all really dull. So just keep that in mind, you might need something bright. Yeah, and I know if I turn this off, for instance, you can see straight away it just goes very... I wouldn't say bad, but it's a little bit more... I'm trying to think of the word for it. You see what I mean there? You know, you don't notice it when I've got all this on, but yeah, without the background, it does go a bit blurry. I'm just seeing if there's any other names. Ilyana, I did like Ilyana, and I haven't spoke to him since they retired, but I'm going to say, last I heard she was just struggling to find enjoyment in the game, so again, it happens. Pen, I feel like someone needs to grab Pen by the shirt collar and drag him back in. 4 days because of this login bug. I'm like, Pen, I love you, man. Don't go this way, right? Who else we got? Red was in one of my guilds. I'm gonna say take my cap off for Kit. And say that's I'm trying to think of what name we go by. Ada. What's that? Lady Ada, the Bean, the person with many names. Anyone else we know around here? Lord of the Darts? Drafts? Feels like I'm getting slowly into the... If you just logged in, Snappy, just so your name is last active. An hour late. Okay. I was going to say Empowered has definitely quit the game. Mainly because it's me. Sort of me. I actually did sell the account, but the person who bought it stopped playing it. So, yeah. I kept the ally on there just so I could see what they were doing with it, and yeah, apparently not a lot. I think they had it for about a week and then stopped playing. It was an easy bit of money making for me, but I do feel sad for whoever got it. Alright. Also, by the way, CG, if you're listening, that didn't happen. Deny it. Alright, here we go. Oh, I did that last night. I keep forgetting to actually sell the crafted things. I've been playing this game for donkeys, with relics in here for donkeys, yet for some reason I keep forgetting. I've just realised, Mike, I never answered your question. I've heard of a few people who are still haven't logged in, but whether they're still having trouble is another issue. With Pen, I seriously think he is teetering on retirement, hence why I'm saying I want someone to grab him by the collar and pull him in. But I've heard quite a lot of people are managing to get back in now, so we'll see. $18.50 to $18.14 is a very tough loss. I mean, I said last round I'm feeling stressed with some of these scores. I mean, every one of my opponents up until this week has scored 1800 plus comfortably. So you're going into a round, you're thinking, I cannot afford to drop a battle. I mean, if you've got a lot, it's probably a little easier to do it. But when you've got a tighter roster, it really puts a strain on you. Yeah, for a lot of people I heard it worked. I think Pen is maybe... He was talking about retirement, you see. So I think with him, he's kind of using this as an excuse to try not playing the game. And yeah, that... I say I'm sad, right? Best way I can put it, our guild doesn't usually get big players come into it. So when he came in, it was like this, like a really massive player suddenly thinking, you know what, we're going to treat you guys. You know, we're actually going to give you a chance of overperforming a little bit. I mean, forget all the stuff he's done for me personally, you know, and that's why I always have time for him. You know, I just always think of how much of an impact he's had on the guilds I've been in. So yeah, I'll be really upset if he does call it. You're getting shafted in Chromium 4 going up versus 10 mil plus. That is rough at that level. I mean, when I stopped playing that baby account, I was in Chromium, and even then I was facing GLs multiple times. I don't think it would have been JMK at that point, but it was really big punch-ups. So yeah, I feel for you, Tommy. Let's grab these. You got an opponent who got 1798 and you got 1802. I mean, at least you squeezed through. I'll tell you what though, that says he was inefficient though. One Prattle there, how you doing? Let's just clock these in. Oh, that reminds me. Let's get my words out right. Snappy, are you able to set like polls or pinned comments or anything like that? You're able to do pinned comments, aren't you? Can you do me a favour? Just save me setting it all up on my end. Can you put a question out for everyone in the chat? What would you be willing to... Let me get my words right here before I say it. What would you be willing to see me do for donations? Or words to that effect, right? The reason I'm asking is one Pratt said he's... let me get this right. Was it a bot or something? And the idea would be it would put something on screen if someone donates money, kind of thing. So what I'm essentially looking for is things to do for it, if you know what I mean. Like, I was thinking like either boring things like roster reviews or fun things, but I don't really know where people are swinging with it. Yeah, essentially, yeah, that'd be a good way of simplifying it. A lot of the time, right, I feel like I need AI to actually filter my thoughts. Because they'll come out in a garbled nonsense, and I could do with just something that could actually filter through it and say, oh, you mean this, do you? So yeah, that is pretty much what I was trying to shoot for. Yeah, exactly. Roster reviews is something that I was toying with. I feel like I need to be delicate with that, because I know that I do lengthy ones. You know, even when I try to keep it short, I can end up going for an hour. So I'm very cautious about it. But I'm also open to it. You know, it's not something I shut down. I'll tell you something, right? On my birthday, I had... Let me get this right in my head. I had 3 light beers, or light lagers, whatever you want to call them. Cause. And I remember the next morning I woke up and I was like, oh. So, it would be safe to say my tolerance is a bit low at the moment. It's definitely down to not drinking. I'll call that a good thing. But, yeah, when I watch Scribe and I've seen Calvin do one on his birthday as well, I'm like, power to you. I haven't got it in me at the moment. Not too old, just out of touch. I'm going to say, still got some drinks downstairs. You know, if ever I had to crack something open in an emergency like. I mean, I think the thing for me would be, like if I was going to do something, it'd be when I hit 1,000 followers. That's like the natural one. I mean, I know we're not far off it, but just a little something to sort of celebrate, you know what I mean? Here we go. Done all these, haven't I? Yeah. Oh, have you got that? Well, I actually got lucky. I say lucky, I'm calling it lucky. That I got a free subscription to YouTube Premium this month. And I'm very wary of it because I don't want to forget about it and then be charged the amount because, frankly, right now, I can't afford it. But when you watch YouTube as often as I do, it is a godsend. I mean, I don't feel I watch Twitch enough to justify that. But again, it's a very good purchase if you do. Oh, hang on. Thank you very much, Alate. I appreciate that. And say 199 super chat. I'll tell you what. You've just reminded me, I have not got a thing on screen for those. That is my fault with changing my setup recently. See if we can get that sorted. Can I... There we go, switch to that. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring this on screen for you guys so you can help me. These are essentially like the free alert boxes I can pick, and I'm just thinking, by the way, I tried setting that up for a goof. God, it was weird and cringy. Essentially, you film something of yourself, like you film yourself talking and saying a few sentences, and you obviously got a video of yourself, and then it imports you into the computer, and it's like you can talk to yourself. It was so weird and awkward. It was like, ooh. AI doesn't normally bother me, but ooh, that was weird. I don't like that. Yeah, that was definitely it, but imagine my face with that. That's where the creepiness definitely came in. You see, that was like where I started. I'm trying to avoid that. I haven't actually seen Rabbit Beaver, so I'd have to have a check. Sorry, correction. I have seen his channel and all that, but I haven't actually seen the alert. So, yeah, I'll have to have a nosy at it just to see what it's like. Just like I say, I can imagine it's a bit odd. Let's give that a go.
Sound needed renovation.
All right, so that should be it. If I then go back to like my first page. Right. Sorry, I'll admit that's why I made it bigger, because I was squinting at it myself. There we go. A little bit out of shape, but oh, I'm messing with things I shouldn't be messing with. Oh, again. Let me just drag this here. It's not going to get in the way if I do that. All right, one last try. All right, that would explain. There probably isn't any audio, and I'm just trying to make audio from it. All right, never mind. Honestly, sorry, I'm laughing out that's replayed so much, but it is a little bit sad in terms of like Kit and Pen. They were really supporting me in that sense at the start of the year. But I go back to it, right? when I quit playing, and it was about a very short time, but I had that moment where I was like, do I carry on playing even though maybe I'm not enjoying it as much? Or do I find something else? And to be honest, it was like, I got back into it and I started enjoying it again. And I think that's the thing. If you end up going away from the game and you're enjoying it, you don't come back to it. You know, I would rather people find something they enjoy and stick with it, even if it does mean that I end up engaging with them less. You know, it's how it is. I mean, I reached out to I reached out to Kit the other day and told him I'm in that tournament. And it's just purely because it'd be nice for him to actually have an opportunity to be in the stream and not feel like he's got to watch Swago. That is the weird thing. When people stop playing, I don't blame them for disappearing. Alright, let's get these in. Alright, we got crystals. We'll take that. We've done all that. I'm pretty sure I showed you, by the way. Well, if I didn't show you, I'm showing you now. That I managed to get the GC done on my free-to-play. Now that was a pain in the bum. I don't know what sadist mood I was in the other day. But I got it done with a Gear 9 Chieftain, Gear 8 Warrior, and 12 on Aurora and Shaman. That was an absolute... I can't say it without swearing. But honestly, I would not recommend. If you haven't got Tuscans, don't try it. Oh, I heard about Football Manager. Haven't they lost money, like a really bad amount, because of what happened? All because of the change in engine? If so, that is bad. Mike, it took me about half an hour, including a remod. But it was weird, because I obviously gave it a go without remodding. And it's like, okay, this isn't too bad, because you go in second, so they get the death mark. But the problem was the AoEs. You know, Chieftain and Warrior die instantly, so it was like, okay, what can I do? So I remodded to try and make all of them as healthy as possible. I think I accidentally made Raider too fast, so I had to take a mod off him. So Warrior still died. That felt like something I just couldn't prevent without gearing him up more. So I got lucky because Chieftain survived, and from there you just able to sort of keep healing up with Shaman and Chieftain, but it was not fun. I'll take it though, because that is usually one that I would have to skip. I think if it had been in like any other planet or a different modifier, I would have had Bobo. I watched Arnold's review on Temple Guard, and I hadn't noticed it before, but I will give CG props like he did, that the basic animation is really nice when you factor in that it does have 3 different attacks. You know, it's not like the same one each time. I'm like, you know, give them the due, they actually put some thought into that. Yeah, honestly, that was... it was a challenge. I mean, I think at the time, right, I'd got Scribe on. I was thinking, right, I'll just do what Scribe's suggesting with Dad Bob Boba. And there was just this bit of me where I thought, maybe they can do it. And yeah. Because I think as well, part of me, that might have been the first step actually. I think I tried it at Gear 12 or Gear 11 even. And it was actually tricky because I took the first turn. So I was like, well, why not try it at the later tiers? It was kind of like a weird confidence booster, seeing that I would struggle at the lower tiers because of how the death mark affects it. Also, just another little thing. I feel like I'm going on my Discord server a lot. Well, my guild server today. Oh, I didn't know. Oh. That'll do. Yeah. One of my guild mates got the mother load with Temple Guard. But yeah, I was really chuffed for him. You know, I keep saying to myself, I really do want it to be that I can get the 330 at some point. But it's nice to see someone you know gain it. You know, it's the next best thing, I guess. Although I will admit I did like Sam's reaction. I can't remember, I can't say it exactly again, but confulations. Alright. Will he get Mace first time? I think he has actually been working on the Rex for like clones and everything, so I think he will. Yeah, now I think about it, I'm pretty sure he has. Let me just pull him up. Can I do user? Always on the grind, I put in work with all my might. I know that he got me now by sight. Yeah, 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 yeah. I skirt advantage, I slide out landish, beat up vengeance, all black like pancakes. Fit 4 days, that's for sure though. Grinding from the grip, no shame, take a photo. I'm actually trying to remember what we're all called at this point. Paul was Scorch. And then we've had yeah, for sure. I mean, it's why I don't beat myself up about the 330s. There we go. Give him his due. I mean, yeah, he's definitely ready. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I wish I was in his shoes. Not even with this, by the way, just in general. You know, the clones look like they're a real lifter. Maybe not like what people want, but they're certainly better than using what you had. I'm reluctant to call Razor a whale. I think this is arguably the most he's spent on the game in a while. I might be wrong, but I think if you actually called him a whale, he would deny it. It's not that he hasn't invested, he hasn't spent on this, but you know what I mean? I think it was just one of those where he saw a good time to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's where you definitely... You choose your fish, don't you? Yeah, again, I'm not going to say he hasn't spent on these, because he's obviously put a bit in. But equally, he does... I don't know if anyone else has ever heard of people doing this, but Razor has over 1 billion credits. Like, he doesn't spend credits at all. Like, I've got 35 mil. I'm always using them on like mods and whatnot. He doesn't touch mods for whatever reason. And yeah, I say this and I'm like, this is actual. I'm feeling like I'm obsessing about your Razor, but for the record, he doesn't watch YouTube or Twitch, so I know he won't judge me for it. What's the thing for this profile? User Darth. What's his mods like? 12.8. Oh, that answers it. 1525 speeds. Oof. Yep. It's where I do chuckle in the sense that, you know, there are guilds out there are very strict requirements on mods. Yeah. I mean, I chuckle as well because I think Crimson would struggle getting some guilds because of it, but yeah, by comparison, Razor would have a fight on his hands. He was one of the guys who got me, it convinced me sort of passively to keep playing as well. He always well, maybe not always, but very often he will write what he did for the Galactic Challenge in that channel I showed. And when I wasn't playing, again, it was only 1 month, but it was like, I miss being able to talk about what I did, you know, or at least reply to him and have a conversation about it. It was such a small thing, but it was like seeing someone you go to work with every day, and then you're not going to work, and you're like, oh, can't have a goss with you. You know what I mean? If you're looking for our guild, there we go. Just say JJ said you might have a spot if and I'm looking around kind of deal. They know what I'm like as far as putting feelers out when we haven't got room. Okay. What am I actually doing? I've forgotten. I lose track of things so easily. Right. I've got 8 minutes and I've got to just get all this done. Right, so let's work on Raka. Heck, I wish I got a bloody Spotter's bonus. Alright, let's pull this in. Oh. 9 sims and get nothing. Am I right in thinking there was nothing for the battle computers? Oh, we got the good one. Good. Also, just a little interesting anecdote, for if that's what we're calling it. I remember this is about 3 years ago or more. It was not long after I'd started on Twitch anyway, so probably longer. I had a couple of mods for a while on here, and I was like, oh, you know, these guys are good, I trust them, yada yada. Anyway, one of them said he'd got room in my guild, so I was like, yeah, sure. So sent him the server link, etc. And they joined as an officer eventually. And it got to the point where they were actually causing trouble. And I was like, I've invited this one in here, and not only that, they're in my mod team on Twitch, so they could end up causing trouble for me there as well. It was really awkward in the sense of, oh, that's the thing. So yeah, yeah. Definitely always worth vetting people. Okay, let's get some mod stuff done. Padme. It might be a sign as well that I'm trusting, you know what I mean? Like back then it was like, oh yeah, good. You know, I feel like people like yourselves, I could put as mods, and with no disrespect, I could probably forget that I'd done it. You know what I mean? I've probably done that in the past where I've made people a mod and it's like, oh, you're a mod, are you? We're talking about, like, how did they get there in the first place if they ended up being like that? Well, this is the thing. At the time, they weren't as overt, shall we say, about how they were. It was only after I brought them into the guild that I was like, oh, crap, I brought them in. I was the one who gave him a recommendation. Bad judge of character, that's what I could say there. Doesn't say much for me there, does it? Yeah, a bit like that in terms of like, yeah, invite him out, you think it's just going to be a nice evening, and then suddenly you're the one who's having to carry him home. That's awkward. To be fair, that's maybe not me in terms of going crazy, but certainly me in terms of not being able to handle the drink. Especially now. Let's grab these. I've told the story before about my first night at uni, and that was... I was nervous as hell. I've said before, I will eternally be apologising to my mum for my first day at uni for the fact that I was trying to be the big Billy, big balls, and say, I don't need you, mum, I'm fine, and I sent her home, and she was upset. I wish I hadn't done it. But because I was nervous that night, I thought, right, I'm going to try and be Billy Big Balls at the freshers evening, if you like. And yeah, I didn't know what White Lightning was before taking part in like a little group drinking session. It's safe to say I know now forever what White Lightning is, and probably best not to neck it down like I was. I ended up in hospital a couple of miles from my university. I hadn't got a clue where I was. I got a taxi back home. I don't know how, I didn't pay for the taxi. I don't know how I never got hunted down for a price for that taxi. So yeah, it was a memorable first night, I guess. It's a very strong form of cider. Strong and cheap. You might as well just pour liquid alcohol into you. I kind of wish it had been Colombian nose powder, because if anything, that would have been a more interesting tale. And say, my university was just outside of Liverpool, so that might put it into an additional bit of context that, you know, it wasn't like a ritual kind of place, you know, it wasn't like, oh, I've got a guy, you know. I don't know why I do that. Would anyone ever just sniff like that? How'd you tell a guy's never taken drugs without asking him? There you go. Ooh, okay, a little bit low here. Grab some of them, I guess. I think everything else we can afford to wait from it. Stopper, I did see you, and because I was talking, I just held off for a minute. How are you doing, man? I did forget to respond after after I'd finished. Yeah, I mean, I think the most I say the most I've got is probably something like Tony Montana, even though I've never watched Scarface. I've only seen like references to it. My friend growing up used to love Scarface. I'm amazed that he never forced me to watch it.
We don't have to do anything. The scent of skin is strong enough.
All right, and let's do that.
Huddle a little bit
Cool, cool, cool.
closer. Let's see if I can warm you up.
So it has taken a bit of time for some people then, T-Max. That is kind of comforting. I mean, why would I? That is definitely true. But there's a difference between, you know, telling people and accidentally implying you had.
Just wait. Let me drive you crazy. My cuddle baby.
All right, we're nearly there.
Wanna stay.
So we did win round one up against Last Human. Now, yeah, they tripped up on Treya. I did not drop a battle, so they gave in. And I'm so grateful they did, because Cammy really needed a win. And we're hoping to go 2-0 this week. Now, if I just bring up my opponent.
is in your smile.
Oh, I'm on Crimson's, that wouldn't help. Let's go to 10. Larilao Skywalker from DG Legacy. Now, they're actually smaller GP than me, so this is going to make for an interesting round. I've had a few complaints of late, feeling like I'm always punching up, so it's actually nice to be punching down, kind of, in a way. Zetas, they're only one behind me, 329 to 328. Omicrons were ahead by 12, 50 to 38. They're only one GL ahead. They're missing, I think it was Ahsoka. We'll double check in a second. Ralix 258 to 192. So again, nice little lead. On the actual scores, we're ahead on the Rallic 9s, 12 to 5. Ahead on the 8s, 15 to 12. Ahead on the 7s, 97 to 63. And we're ahead on the 5s, 86 to 68. Mod scores, yeah, 25 speeds, 106 to 34. 20s, 323 to 210. 15s, 487 to 527. Fair enough. And yeah, Datacrons, they've got a slight edge on rerolls. How much for a tour of Stoke? I've never asked a tour guide around here how much they charge. Honestly, you probably get it for the price of a couple of oatcakes. Yeah, to be fair, it would be for things on stream, so I'm not saying donate something and I'll give you a tour around Stoke. Honestly, Stoke's got out to see. I had a friend from St. Helens come here 3 years ago now. No, 5 years ago now. I have time's flying. And she was here for like 2-3 days. And I honestly didn't have anything to show her because it's, for the record, the reason I remember it was 5 years, it was right before COVID. And everything's gone downhill since then as well. So it's... I love my town. Well, my city, I love my town. But, yeah. Not a lot going on here. Not... there's points of pride. Like, you've got the pottery that is associated with the city and that, but it's very hard to pin things down and say, oh, yeah, I'll take someone to see this or see that, you know. You know, this is the crown shame about the potteries, though, the fact that all the actual pottery mills have moved out of the city or to other countries. So the thing that we're actually known for, we don't do anymore. It's a crying shame. Is there a castle? Not that I'm aware of. I'm trying to think. I think we've got a hill, and that's about it. Alright, I'm just going to continue scrolling down them in. So, they've got Lord Vader, I don't, but they haven't got Ahsoka. Also, that means they haven't got clones to deal with. Tenacity set's a bit odd there. Oh, that's a bit odd. Maybe not a priority modding for Wampa, but still a little bit odd. No Afra, no Ravo. Okay, that's a big plus for us. Not sure about triple health on Queen Amidala. No Jar Jar, Luthen, Jocasta. We've got Ezra and Rey, no Balin. Alright, we've definitely got a few turn advantages here, so that's really good to see. They haven't got Profundity at 7 stars either, so that's another plus in our column. I'd say they can all justifiably be fast, you know, none of them are outliers, that's something. Okay. So this is what I'm planning, but we'll see if they've actually put this down. Let's have a sip of my drink, let the ad finish. Alright, apologies for the ad break on Twitch. Let's get in now. So we've had a little shuffle from last round. Top ball's still the same. And let me just move my cam so it's out of the way for you. We've got DTMG, GG, Queen Amidala, and Rey. Also, because it was asked last time, General Kenobi is here. Then on the south wall, we've got JMK, we've got Traya, we've got the Great Mothers, and we've got Finzori with Nest. So, I don't want to reveal what I've got on my back wall, but anyone watching will be able to work it out to a degree. Let's have a look at this wall then. We were predicting... Sorry, we weren't predicting Bosk. Okay, so that's different. Finn's here and it wasn't on here. Bad Batch are there. And Qui-Gon's there. Hey. It's looking like they've gone very light. Let's see. Gas. No Inquisitors. No Lord Vader. There's Jabba. There's no Queen Amidala. No Leia. Malgus, right. Okay, so it can't be Finn back there. So, Lord Vader? Give this Lolo Skywalker their due. They have shifted their walls around to make things interesting. Not by a drastic degree. I mean, I look and I think we can do Afra. We've got... Yeah, I've got Ezra, so we will respect Ezra. Do Bam there. Out of curiosity, was it a decent Bamcron? Oh, it's not Bamcron. Nothing too crazy going on there. That was my thought process. 25% turn meter. Okay. We'll keep our eye out with that. Bounty Hunters. I have not faced a Bounty Hunter team in some time. Afterlife, I would suggest Starkiller there, and I'm like, do I want to do that? DLS on... Oh, right, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Malgus. I was going to say I haven't heard the Malgus counter with CLS. Yeah, I'm going to say we could give that a go. I mean, what were the speeds out of curiosity? I know we go first, but I'm thinking more like the actual Termia train. 306. 340. I would assume Jabba can do Malgus. I mean, even though I bet it's not like on a list, I've never heard anyone saying they use Malgus to counter Jabba. And then that leaves me to do Bo-Katan on Lord Vader. Jabba can solo Malgus. Wow. Oh, solo Malgus, right. It's alright, for a second then I read that the wrong way round. Thanks for telling me, Snappy. I'll admit, I'm trying to avoid gameplay footage from now. I don't know about anyone else. Whenever a new game's coming out, I actually try to avoid the trailers after that first reveal, because it's like... I feel like the more they show, the more I'm spoiled. So it's like, the less I see, the more I'm going to have actually to enjoy when I first watch it, or play it, I should say. To be fair, when it's a Hideo Kojima game, I've learned watching is equivalent to playing. Like, Arthur is like a movie. But you have to basic auto each time till ult and repeat, so I have to play it quick. So essentially, leave it on basic auto until I reach the ult, and then use the ult, then go back on basic auto. I mean, how long does that take to actually get to ult? I'm just thinking, for a team of 5, that could take some time, couldn't it? That is one thing, by the way. I could always move JML down. I mean, he's just chilling with Bad Batch. Bad Batch do not need to be there. But I could move all of these around, really. I could do Jabber on Bounty Hunters, I could do CLS on the Bad Batch, and then JML / Cal the Malgus. Yeah, beers. .345, I'm pretty sure I outspeed that. Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll stick with that for the simple reason that it sounds intriguing. I shouldn't really do it in terms of, you know, I'm trying, I don't want to take chances, but equally there is a bit of me thinking if it wins, it's a 68, I'm guessing at minimum. So there's that bit of me going, I'm tempted. You've sold me. Yeah, I think the rest has got, I mean, that's definitely a solo, unless Gas has got some prawn that's off-putting. Bulk with potency. I know there is something that can make this go wrong for C. I'm not sure what though, off the top of my head. Alright. Let's give it a go. I assume it doesn't hurt to actually have the prawn on it. All right. I'm not saying you're wrong, Hal, but I'm just going to be honest. This scares me, but let's embrace what scares us. Right, let's throw that there, I guess. Oh, hang on, you said auto basic, okay? I've undone that, okay? Auto basic. Yeah. It's quite literally a case of I don't know when or how quick we'll get these ults. Yeah. Kinda wish I knew what button the ult was on the keyboard. Then I could keyboard map it. Might just be a tiny bit quicker, you know. Ooh, okay, we got a dodge there. Right. Oh. I was going to say, well, are you saying to me that good mods multitask and multi-tab? if it's worth anything, Stream Elements has only just decided to start chipping in there and doing some actual bot modding, so you're not the only one to be a little bit late to that party. Right, next one's the ult. Oh, no, next one then. I can't really say I do myself, T-Max. I'm bricking it. I mean, it's one thing, if I can get Revan out, then at the very least it's a clean-up, but it feels wasteful if we don't do it in one. I'm wondering if we can go full auto after Revan. I mean, we could possibly go full auto now in terms of the 2 ones that are immune to thermal damage are out, but I don't know if that would be slower. Oh, I did. There we go. Hopefully that didn't cost. It's pretty funny. Wow, our health is really low. I know this Marauder, but wow. We've got 1 bar of health. That's scary. Oh. Sorry, Mom. I know you're going to be annoyed at that. I was literally pressing that button to hold as fast as I could. I mean, Ali, well done for calling that, but man, oh man. I was quite literally edging it until the last possible second. Man, oh man, alright, that was a 79 I've never heard of, never seen. I'm not even sure I'd do it again, but man, oh man. Alright, let me have a drink. Oh. Alright, let's go for something I feel is a bit more safe. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright. Again, that was a good call. It was definitely... It works. Alright. Oh, no. I think I'm still finding where my heartbeat is. Alright, let's just let's try and calm ourselves with this. I seem to remember the Great Mothers have a thing about they can't do it to GL, so maybe they need to loop back to Marauder if they want that to be a thing. I'm not saying they should, but if that's what their aim is, you know. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the definition of under the radar. Let's basic you. Oh, okay. I thought I was on a different target. There will be an assist, and BT will do BT things. Oh, I tell you what, if Assassin was there, God, that would be over so quick. Okay, quick may be the wrong word, but definitely it would be over. And I wish I could get dots so that Vader could just recover some banners. I'm going to try the special just in case it doesn't kill. Yeah, it will. Oh! I was going to say the murder droids were just going for it. 64. Okay. What's my best health, Kron? I think we might just use that. That's where my concern was. I was thinking, I know it is a counter, but is it a bad counter right now? The irony is I'd have preferred C on Malgus. I wonder what C's better at then. I mean, arguably we could take Famine against Lord Vader. Save C for that. We do have what? I mean, go on. It feels a little weird because, again, this is one that I feel C can do on his own, but I do respect what you're saying, that it doesn't feel that safe. You're not having that Kron. You can have Pals, oddly enough. I know they never do it, but I said it, if not last stream, one of my last streams. I really wish they would let you try other things on a battle after you've done it. I'd love to see if this would work without what, but not on this account. Well, to be honest, he isn't on defense on my free-to-play either, but he was. Right, one. And I would assume Rex is the other to go for. Although that to me looks like Arc. Maybe I'm looking at him wrong. Yeah, that's Arc. Yeah, I was trying to read the whoever was fastest in the turn order. Alright, he's down. Alright, what down? Yeah, I can understand that logic. I think I was going for the idea of essentially normally with C you go for the fastest characters. But yeah. Pies make sense. You know, I honestly didn't think you could link after. I thought you had to keep the link off so gas didn't stand back up, but I'll say it again, it's been a long time since I've had an opportunity to do this. Probably talking a couple of years. People don't set gas on defense for me, even though on both of my accounts I always set gas because I think he's just terrible for banners. Just trying to spread it so that Echo will lose his protection as well. There we go. All right, nice and easy. The 65, it's all right that. All right, Slacker. I'm looking forward to the Datacron being available. I think we use this in the meantime. I feel like my turn order's out. I might need to remod Officer to be a bit faster. I had reduced his speed because I was using him less with Darkside Vision Ray coming out, but I feel like his need has come back. Yep, bye-bye. Oh, hang on. Oh, we've still got someone who hasn't taken a turn. How cute. Oh, of course I can't actually do that, but we can do that. That. Nope. Okay. Wow. I didn't realize we could do that. Because technically he was at 1 HP, but that is still crazy to see. Well, 58, I'll take it. There's some craziness in there, though. Alright, what are we facing? Oh, yeah, very rare. Alright, so Lord Vader exists. Tuskens exist, but we haven't been gifted a Phasmacron. Instead, we have got Queen Amidala. I do wonder, yeah. Let me have a quick look. .168 speed. Ah, I was going to say that. That didn't seem crazy slow. I mean, it was slow, but not crazy slow. The only one I was thinking was at Hull, though. It's about the same speed. I doubt RJT's slow. Yeah. Must have been Holdo. Right, so that's nice and easy. We're just Bane Queen. Doesn't we've got JML left over. Maybe, like I say, we could do JML with them. What have we got that's light side? Nothing too crazy there. Ooh. Did we have Malgus free? I had put Adrad down, but Malgus is an option. I suppose it's a case of which one's more likely to get the most ban, isn't it? Oh, hang on, let me just compare stats. Oh, that's still got a nice chunk of crit damage. Oh, but hang on. Even though none of that applies, I do like the armor pen there. Yeah, Holder didn't get in, did she? It's pretty cool, that. Maybe it's just a case if you got if you want to make sure that Flacker can't do that, you've got to make sure all your tunes have got a good chance of taking a turn. That way, Ray can't do Ray things. Or Darkside Ray. Deal physical and true. Physical and an additional true. Physical. But yeah, it's worth putting armor pen on. It's not like it's a ridiculous choice. Yeah, go on, we'll do it. Because I haven't even put Seer on here. Seer's just chilling for a round. That's a rare one. Alright, crazy shenanigans go. Oh, I'm gonna have to go for the taunt. Sorry. Poop stance and all forces, go, go, go. Did I see IG-12 go then? Oh, it was Paz who got fractured, never mind. Sorry, I thought IG-12 was breaking the laws of fracture. Right, let's pop Vader. Or Darth. Who are you? Twitch, I've got to say sorry again. I've only just realised you're on an ad break because I only just looked at chat and saw ad should be over now. It's like, right. I need something on my screen so that I can actually see it, like something that'll interrupt me and go, you fool, ads are on. $64, we'll take it. Alright, Bane, Assassin. And let's suck. And swipe. Oh, tank revive, how cute. Alright, Plo, I thought I'd give you a few seconds to live. Order 66. Okay. So yeah, genuine question would be, is Adrad better than Sith Empire? Oh, hang on. Did. It's there. Have I got your cron, Sid? I hope I've got your cron. Yay, we got Sid. I hope I'm not wrong. But I'm sure I read that right. Right, warrior down. I mean, at this rate, we're going to kill them without dots. Counter, bye-bye. Counter, bye-bye. Go on, I'll leave it to you, Sid. A lightsaber versus gaffy stick, I know who are back. He just keeps on drinking the Kool-Aid. You keep drinking, pal. Alright, 69. I'm glad I took a second to chat that. Alright, let's take that out, put that in. I've got to agree, it would make sense if he had an escape mechanic, because it feels very odd that he just hangs around there. I mean, I think it's because technically his basic pulls and assists, so there is a chance of an attack, but you would think that if he can't actually deal the damage himself, it wouldn't count. Also, isn't there potential damage with momentum? So maybe there's a thing where he could just tank it. I don't know. I think the thing is, if he was in that position, then surely the rest of the team would be there as well, so yeah. Alright, we're going to flex that we've got this entire team to use. Oh, saying that, I've used Bam. Like an idiot. Alright, so Bam's off the table, but we've got toys. Malgus, let's use Malgus, why not? Actually, no, let's use Seer. I like Seer. I feel bad for benching her, so we're going to bring her off the bench. And let's use that. For what it's worth, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying maybe that's the logic. It's not good logic, but maybe. We're missing some ommies here, aren't we? Can just point out, if anyone had popped in after I started then and said, I don't think this works, I would have been very sad. Not because you're wrong, but because I'd be sad that I'd never heard that this was not a counter. 61. Alright. Rebel yell time. Yeah, go on, let's pick that. Hey up, Maverick, how you doing? I'm doing good myself. We're having a strong ground arena as things stand. My opponent, less so. How you doing, though? I feel like I always lead with the ground arena part of me, but I feel like, you know, it's what people are here for. I like to I'd rather talk about that than sort of being like, well, you know what, I had a good day, I've done this. In reality, the most I can say about my own day is that I went to Asda. Not a lot to say. Alright, we got Gungans. Misa, think you're going to go away in a moment, Qui-Gon Jinn. I would have liked a speed... that's the one I was after. It doesn't matter one bit, but... Oddly enough, it was a very, very teeny shop. I did... Let me just get this right. I got an energy drink or two for myself, because why not? I'm an addict, apparently. And I got some for my mum's tea. So, by my standards, very, very small shop, but they all count. Next week we got the big shop, and I think we're going Lidl. Bargain hunting. Let's do that. Yeah, again, just send it in. My plan tomorrow, like I said, we've got this Golden Gauntlet going on tomorrow. And because of that, I don't really know what I'm doing for my tea. So what I've said, we're going to get up early tomorrow. And I've got like a load of chicken out. And I'm going to make a bunch of like fajita mix. So like, make the fajita mix like separate, then combine with some chicken. And then whenever I'm like feeling peckish, I'm just going to pull a fajita out and have a bite of it. But, you know, have a little break off stream, but, you know, just do that. It could be completely irrelevant, as I've said, because the thing starts at 3. I could be done and dusted even before I get hungry. But I figure, just on the off chance I do go on a good run, I would like to be prepared for it. And if not, I've got a load of fajitas to eat and freeze. Okay, so that was the plan there. I completely forgot what the plan was there. So instead, we've got bounty hunters, but we've got JML. Am I right? Is there anything else? No. Okay, JML. I'm hoping that's enough. You know, it's weird. We haven't had fajitas in a while. Normally only have the old El Paso kind of stuff anyway, but at the very least, it's going to be nice to have a change of pace that way. Right, going to pass that to Raven. All good. $67. I haven't even kept track on this wall. I feel like we're in a safe spot here. Alright, so 14, 13 going into fleet. Yep. Oh, they did tweak it a little bit. Yeah, I was expecting the full meta fleet. I've turned it off right now, but can I reopen? Yeah, I was expecting all 3 meta, so they've dropped Executor for offense. Right, so we need Prof. Oh wow, that has screwed me a bit. But I need proc for Levy. The 6-star prof, as far as I know, doesn't give me much leeway. It'll probably make the malevolence counter better, but it's not like it'll load easier. But yeah, I don't really know what I do with Negotiator now. Maybe Empire? I've got Empire, haven't I? Yeah. Wow, that threw me for a second. I'm like, what the hell do I do here? Okay, let's get the tricky one out the way. Or one of the tricky ones out the way, I guess. This. Oh, this. Alright, let's not do this in the battle. That would be very awkward. Now Sith. Mark 6. 3 reinforcements. Right, just checking I've done everything right. Especially how befuddled I was. I thought, let's not, you know, take the wrong capital ship in or something. That would be a sad end to all this. Okay. Just weighing that up in my head, who do I target? 9 times out of 10 it's the bomber, but if the bomber's got buff immunity, I do like to hit dagger. Because I always go for dagger next. Just on the off chance you can chain enough attacks to gate out. Very rare, but I never see a benefit of just going for the bomber. I'm sure there's someone out there who disagrees with it. Alright, so speed down. Basic. And AoE. Their turn. Blabber gets us to 77, an assist plus a basic 84. I said it last time, I can't really afford to leave it there. Does mean we lose Outrider, but if I get the ultimate, we'll be fine. Oh, they didn't reinforce, that's brilliant. Okay. Okay, they lose that. We wiggle. Okay, all good. Right, bring in Phantom. Arguably I could try and 2-man it with these, but I'm like, what's the point? I'd rather have reinforcements on the field. I've bought them in, I might as well use them. Play it safe. Just that prospect of extra bodies, just in case you need them, essentially. 64. Okay. Malevolence. Let me just select the fleet. Alright, let's go. Alright, so Spy stealth. I'd rather him go for the Vulture, but we will take that. Okay, not bad. Yeah, they really want my Hyena out. Yeah, Hyena's not got long left in this world, by the looks of it. Thankfully, we're bringing in kind of tanking now. Let's call an assist if we can. There we go. Right, bye-bye, Hyena. You were not long for this world, as we said. Oh, spies marked. Not nice. In fact, it's damn rude. There is burning, but I'm worried if... Let's just base it for now. Maybe that's fine. My thoughts were I could reapply it next bomber turn. I just don't know if that's naive. Let's bring in some fact, that way we've got a reflexive taunt? I feel like I've made that word up. Reactive taunt, that's the one I was after. There we go, stop them assisting again. 2 meters to Malevolence. Come on, I need vultures. Stun. Yeah, I'm not feeling how this is going. Protection's gone at least. Okay. Ooh, okay. We got one turn before ult. Yeah. Just about did it. 59. That took a little too long for my liking. All right. Before I click on a fleet, I want to check what works here. Add unit, attacking lead. Well, actually, that's kind of what I want to see. Maybe don't filter it. Scene, maybe? Prof is going to be high on that list. 77% win rate. Maybe I'm looking for the win rate then rather than the scene rate. Come on. Show me something that isn't prof. Is there a filter for Galactic Legends here? No, just put off. Okay, let's filter by Chimera. Just try and get the ship we want. No results found at all for Chimera. I struggle to believe that. Yeah, only seen 8 times, so that's not comforting. Let me try that again. Honestly, nothing for Chimera. That's more like it. Yeah, 20 battles, 100% win rate there. So what is it for the most seen? 77, 74, 79. So we can get away with just that, essentially. Okay. Oop. Yeah, I thought that would at least force him into doing that. That gives Termite because of the dodge. I feel like we have to do that. I know I'm probably wrong, but it just feels wrong not to use TIE Interceptor in this battle, considering it's anti-Jedi. Or anti-Galactic Republic, one of the two. Probably Jedi. Let's do that. Speed down. Take the stealth off Marauder. Target lock. Ooh, okay. Right, let's bring in Defender. That'll taunt. Oh, not nice. Let's do that and heal up Defender. I know Vader's lower, but for some reason I'm not as worried about Vader. Yeah, Vader's dead. To finish. Final score 1825. I'm happy with that. That is a really nice target zone because I feel like they've got to deal with my two meta fleets. So I don't know what they're going to use to take down Levy. I can only assume Executor. Executor must be what they're thinking. But then they've got to deal with my Executor. So they've got Negotiator on defense, so that means that they haven't got Negotiator for offense to take down my Executor. So yeah, I would like to think Fleet alone has won it, but I've also been banner efficient on these walls, or at least as banner efficient as I can manage. So yeah, I would be surprised if they win, but I don't know. I've had a few of these lately where I thought I'm feeling good and then something's happened. I'm going to do as I did last time and just put a watch bot on it. Just in case they turn up while I'm streaming. Oh, pardon me. Right, if they attack, it'll pop up in the Swagger bot channel on my Discord server. Okay. Yep, I was lost in trying to sort that. Let's go here. So GAC loading when you're ready, background. Yeah, round one's done, so let's get over to round two. I'll tell you what, we'll run the ad break now. Just get it out of the way.
LA baby, who we running with? Yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again. Yeah, state your name. Big dope on flame. I just switched the lane. Damn, he did it again. I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass. Slab on everything. Swimming, sticking away. Cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skipping.
All right, let's get into the round.
See the fit lab on it until they whip my coffee. Money
So, round 2, we're up against Crandalf. Let's have a look at what Crandalf has got. Oh, I didn't actually go it. We did win up against Linz last time. They cleared 3 walls. I don't think they dropped at all. I think they were all one-shotting, which we kind of expect considering the defense we've set. Yep, so all one-shots here. All one-shots here. But yeah, by the time they hit Fleet, they took 3 shots at Executor, couldn't get through, so they didn't bother with Malevolence either. But yeah, fair play. I mean, that's where ships can get really messy, so they did their job. Thank you, Fleet. But yeah, let's have a look at what Crandalf's got. So, I'm 11.4 on this account. They're 12.06. Zetas, I've got 298 to their 321. Omicrons, 40 to 25, so nice little advantage. Granted, these are in GA, so quick check, is AE Nova a TW guild? I don't know. Hey. Is Ravenscore in the Levy fleet just to make opponents think there's a Mark 6 there? Might be. Relics, 192 to 247. Oh, I forgot 6 to 8 GL, so not 6 to 9. Someone's missing out on a hoi hoi number. Let's see. Relic 9, 7 to 8. Only 1 behind. Only 2 behind on the 8s, 15 to 17. We're ahead on the 7s, 85 to 62. Behind on the 5s, 59 to 106. That is a lot of R5s. We're 40 ahead of them on the 25 plus score and speed, 58 to 18. Ahead of them on the 20s, 225 to 102. And ahead on the 15s, 386 to 298. They re-roll more Datacrons than me, fair play. Interesting, no R9s on the GLs. Usually, like me, there's maybe 1 or 2. Interesting. Maybe they're only R9ing what they need to. I didn't actually check the mods. Let me just skim them again. Full house set on Jabba's a call. And a defense set on Malgus is interesting as well. Like, it's not even a 3 sets, it's just health and defense. Yeah, something tells me this guy doesn't know what he's doing with his mods. Yeah, a little bit of this is sad to see. I mean, I think I didn't read the whole thing, but I think that did read something like casual. Maybe. Serious players. Actually, translate full page, please. Scarlet Dawn Alliance Guild, serious players, good atmosphere, mandatory Discord. Right. Well, I don't think you're going to get many serious players with mods like that. With the greatest of respect. Yeah, like crit damage on Morgan. Wow, Hooks is the fastest. Okay, there's some interesting calls there, to put that mildly. This is what we're expecting. I know, when I veer towards trash talk, I wouldn't say that it is full-on trash talk, but when I veer towards it, it does put the pressure on me a little bit, unintended. Alright, so Great Mothers, GG, Ray, Raver. Okay, as we expected. Interesting that Dooku and Newt are in there. They put Morgan in with the Great Mothers. Yeah, we've got Seer, we've got Jabba, Boss Nass, Queen Amidala, so it's reasonable to expect Finn, Iden, and Trench. Also, just of note, we've also got Treya just lurking around doing nothing, so it's worth remembering. And Dad Bob Boba and Sid, so a few little flex things if we think something might perform better. Yeah, I've gone for Lord Vader because I thought maybe that would be a good option. I'll say not anti-revive, but I don't know if that is a bad call, but I didn't know what the win rate was for Lord Vader against Seer, so I thought Malgus I know as a counter. But yeah, I didn't really want to do Lord Vader against Jabba. That's made my head go the last couple of rounds. I thought, let's try JMK again. It didn't play well banner-wise last round, but it was okay. So maybe give it another go. Yeah, they've got a good level 6. Oh, and I did get asked last time, why Plo? My only Galactic Republic tank. Well, I could put Wrecker in, arguably, but yeah. Do we really want to put Wrecker in at R5 versus Plo at R7? It's like, no. It doesn't feel in a way like there are any, how can I phrase it as, super duper crons for the JMK. Slacker is going to be dealing with Rey, so he's got a job. I don't know if we do that. Just for the crit damage. Okay, so we don't do anything early, we just do that. Right, this is a good song for the battle. My playlist just hit. I'm not exactly sure why Padme took a turn that fast. Maybe there's a modding issue I was unaware of. Alright, I could really do with getting some heals on Plo because he's looking a little bit in danger. Let's hit Chrysanthemum with that just so some armor shreds on him. Right. Defense up more than anything there. Alright, that's the Savior. Another armor shred. Okay, pop that on Slacker, not Slacker, Scando. Get your names right, JJ. Ooh, okay, we lost one. Goodbye, my sweet prince. Oh, and we lost the princess as well. Okay, that is not good. Yeah, I'm not happy about that one. Gonna be tricky chewing through them now with the time left. I mean, we did get 2 stacks of armor shred before Cat went, but yeah, not good. The thermals as well. I mean, no thermals, so you can heal. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain. If they go for cat, they go for cat. Oh, fuck. Hit it, hit it. Okay. Submit that. We got 2 out. I think we use Starkiller to clean the rest up. Bit of a rough opening, I imagine, but I would like to think that they can handle it. The downside is I have just used a Jedi tank. Oh, but we have got old Ben. Yeah, Seer doesn't need Starkiller for that. Okay, let's do that. Right, we can aim at Embo. Right, this is the slightly problematic moment as far as thermals will cause us problems. Hopefully not game-breaking problems, but we'd rather not have them. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it, but why not? I don't see any benefit in holding because we don't really get banner recovery because of Jabba's. Is it unique? I know there's something in there about health recovery effects only doing a certain percentage of the recovery. I remember when it came out, I was like, ooh, that sounds interesting. Alright, it's a reasonably clean cleanup. Yeah, 54. I mean, again, it's not ideal, but we can take it. Alright, next up. Let's send Malgus in. Have I got tank revive somewhere yet? Yeah, I don't want that. That's for Bane. But yeah, maybe go for that first one I was on. Yeah, I like that. I'm going for tank revive. I've just bloody realised Taran stops it. If you guys were just about to shout that at your keyboards, I apologise. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I get fixated at times on what my team wants that I forget what the opposition team will do. Alright, we're all good. Start eating Fulcrum. Feel free to counter on Malik. Oh, okay, that was not nice. A little bit redundant hitting Fulcrum like that, but I didn't mind it. Yeah, that's the Revan back up to full health. I think everyone, in fact, is. And now just 9th. Let's just pop that fear on. Or try to. You know, I've got to say, that was one of the trickiest things when I did the Let's Play of Jedi Survivor. I needed to find a way of like showing on the thumbnail and a video title that it was the boss fight against Night's Sister. And I thought, how the hell do I do that without putting a spoiler in the title? Honestly, one of the trickiest things I've had to do in terms of creating titles on YouTube. I think I just went for something generic like Coruscant boss fight or something. I mean, it worked, but just a little bit generic. Right, that's the one into, yeah. And just double check, I did say Bane, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, suck. And we might as well go Merciless. Debuff who we can. Echo's going to give me a rough time there, I think. Oh. Oi. Still got 2 merciless targets. What? Someone's cheating. Thank you. I'm not a fan of that. Merciless Massacre it's I just can't believe I got interrupted. I know things can interrupt it, but I've never seen that before. Okay, we lost one. Yeah, I'm not using the swipe while Queenie's still hiding. Alright, 65. I think I got 65 on Malgus, so 184. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. If anything, I was doing the 8 a week because I didn't want Shaq countering, but I suppose it doesn't matter if Vader's dying anyway. Right, bow. Yeah, just call it Force of Habit with that. Alright, well, go on, have that. I had really thought the basic would trigger the death mark, but apparently not. Just waiting, Bo. Don't worry, I'm waiting. There we go. Patience is a virtue. Alright, so let's try that. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, we're all good. $65, nice one. And as predicted, Branch, Iden, Finn, even without a Zeta. Something tells me this guy might have bought a Lightspeed bundle or two. Okay. Oh, by the way, what was that? Dalbar. Alright. I know that IO have done a James Bond game. I've put a trailer for that in my Discord server, and I think they're releasing a Hitman Switch version. Sorry, I'll admit I got completely distracted typing then. I was like, I just need to see what's going on here. Yeah, nothing new on the Hitman server. Alright. Yeah, let's get back into this. I want to see how this gets on now. Right, this is the other good Kron I've got for the max health damage and stacking offense plus armor pen. Like, this to me screams Vader. Yay. Yeah, sure, I'll have a look at it. I mean, I can't imagine they're doing anything new for Hitman on the PlayStation or PC, but maybe it's just, like I said, the Switch 2 port. I know they were talking about that a little bit. I may have just gone all out wild here. No rhyme or reason, just trying things. Right, core stability block is very nice. Right, Morgan dead. Right, 65. That felt a lot more comfortable than I was actually expecting. I'm pretty sure that was the score, and then 65 here. Yeah, we're on course. Right, what have we got next? Night Sisters. This should work, but maybe there's something I'm not seeing here? The chunk of health, but I would have thought, as always, Night Sisters would just be fine doing this. Maybe that Termite game? Don't give them too many stats because they do benefit from dying, but let's see. Alright, let's start off with an AoE. Alright, AoE again. Zombie should go down. Put some more Plague out. B1 should really be feeling this. Yeah, B1's on 7 stacks. It's nearly down. And down. And another. Yeah. Bye-bye, Grievous. I honestly can't say I know what they were cooking here, but it didn't work. Right, Raver, I said I was going to do Ufus. I think I could even get away without using Crew here. I was stuck then. I was like, who do I go here? I don't think I haven't done the battle before. Alright. That's the Kron. Also, this is why I don't like playing Night Sister in teams, because it's a lot of real estate. You ready, Taran? Throw them rocks. A little less madness than I was expecting. Lovely. Just clear what we can on Taran. Oh, did you see that damage? That was about 1.2 million, I think. Ignore Taran. I mean, I probably could have taken that in against random. Fine. All right, let's do it. Just realised I've had the camera on the wrong side. Okay, so my penalty for ignoring the Twitch advert then was to not actually play the game for about 20 seconds in a raid battle. Let's see if it costs me. Alright, nice. Let's swipe on Ray. Send a yellow. Okay, we gotta be a bit careful because I think someone can die now. Oh no, that's irritating because Crew probably will die. I'm going to do that for the simple fact I don't want to base it with hooks. Hey, we survived. Not bad that, 64. You know, I didn't check the banners there, so what's the difference? It's 619, 65, 61 maybe? Yeah, okay. Alright, so we can Wampa, C, JML. That's a little bit concerning, but hopefully we can get through them quick enough. Interesting as well they say tenacity. I'd have thought they'd want potency more than tenacity. Yeah, let's go for that. Loads of tenacity to kick off, plus armor pen. Hopefully that's enough to chew through Shore Trooper. Oh wow, Shore didn't even get a second chance. I'm a little concerned how little protection we've got, but I'm hoping Wampa can counterattack and just stay alive a little bit. Like that. Nice one. 68. I did hear rumors that was coming out. Alright, I was just seeing if there's anything cheap and cheesy, but no, let's go with JML. Alright, we'll basic. Armor Shred. Stun who we can. We'll pass turn to Luke. And again to Cal. Cal basics and kills. Nice and easy. It is a bit disappointing when they release something without a release date. I mean, you think about a couple of years ago when they announced Wolverine, and don't get me wrong, I'm still looking forward to it, but the fact that it feels so long ago, it's like, are you actually still working on it, or have you just kind of hoped we're all forgetting? That thing of, can you at least see something, you know? I've got to give this a go. I shouldn't, but I've got to give it a go because there's no Zori. I just thought without Zori, I've got to give that a go. I mean, C didn't get used in the Grand Arena, but I thought I can't not try 69. Alright, just memorizing the fleet I need. Alright, so Anakin, Plo, Ahsoka. Negotiator, we go for punishing one. Do it. Base it. Bye bye Rex, thank you for your service. We AoE. We kill. Ebenork. Xanadu out, cool. Alright, Negotiator comes in. We can put Unending Loyalty on 5s. Unending or Undying? Unending. Alright, that was unfortunate. Let's just do that on 5s. Anakin comes in. Oh, nearly. We can get rid of IG, I think. Yep. Nice ability block. In comes Plo. Try and maximize some banners. $66. Oh, it is the order. Alright, so we've got Prof to take that out. So... yeah, I think we'd Radis this. Okay, I'm just trying to think about what I heard recently. I think it was used first special of Rose rather than second, as it's more banner efficient. Sorry, not first on Rose, first of this on Rose. I don't know if it's because tenacity up or something. Muppets. There we go. 72. Alright, a little misplay maybe, but maybe we can take advantage. Yep. Okay. Basic there. Is that big? Wow. This is not the resistance you signed up for. $77. Alright, what's the final score? 1834. Alright. I'm really pleased. I've had 2 solid Grand Arenas. I mean, last time... I did actually forget to show this just for anyone who missed it, but last time we did have a little slip. Yeah, on the front wall, we did slip on Jabba. There it is. So... I'm glad we didn't do it twice. It crossed 2 rounds on 2 accounts, 1 drop battle. For me, that is brilliant. Is it 1? Oh no, 2. We dropped JMK on Crimson as well, so... yeah. Crimson could be doing better then, but you know, 1 drop. Still in the 1830s, was it? Let's just double check it. Yeah, 1834. So we actually improved our score from last time despite another drop. So that's just what I need to work on. I mean, I'm disappointed that we didn't get JMK through there, but maybe that's just where I need to switch counters again. Lord Vader can do it, I just don't like it. So maybe I need to try Lord Vader again. But yeah, we'll see. I'll think about going into round 3. So with that in mind, I'm going to shut my game down, but I do want to just have a quick nosy at what Snappy has said. Here we go. Okay. Oh, they've done a Deadpool thing? Marvel's Deadpool VR, right. Okay, hopefully there's no copyrighted music here. You know what? I'm actually going to assume there is. So what I'll do, I'll put captions on, and I'm going to play my own music, and hopefully that blurs it a little bit.
Ooh, Nedband trailer. Hell yeah. Handcrafted with colors by Immersive and MetaQuest. Kick back and bask in the glory of gaming's first quintuple-A tropical farming sim experience.
Yeah, VR's not terrible. A little bit odd, but not terrible.
Escape the current version of late-stage capitalism and enter a world of VR magic and wonder.
I also think there might be a connection here because, if I'm right, Wrexham was sponsored by VR, by MetaQuest.
Oh, don't worry, he's a fascist. He deserves it too. This guy's totally... What the hell?
I mean, it could be interesting, that's what I'll say.
I wiped my ass on this first.
I'm not saying it's like something I would go out and get a MetaQuest for, but it could be interesting. Lego Voyagers. First game since the Skywalker saga. I'm surprised it's not something bigger. Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Okay. Game of Thrones War for Westeros. Okay. Real-time strategy, that could be interesting. Death Stranding 2, yeah. Yeah, I'm not watching it, but it's nice to see there's a trailer. Is that it? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. I'm guessing that I've missed something because you mentioned Resident Evil 9. Just trying to scroll up, see if I can see anything. Hey up, Drafts, how you doing? Yeah, I think I've missed something. Games Fest. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't know anything about it, so... Alright, this is definitely a bit dry. Let's see if we can find another article. WCQ? Oh, right. I haven't seen any upsets. Honey, I Shrunk the Aliens. Okay. I mean, they got Erling Haaland. I'm not too surprised at that. Oh, I'm not saying that Italy shouldn't win a game like that, but when you got Haaland up front, you got a chance. I'm going to be honest, looking at a lot of these names and trailers, it's like... I've heard them games are good. Yeah, that's another one I've just never heard of. I think I've heard of Atomic Heart, vaguely. Maybe I'm thinking of something similar, though. Yeah, this is the Bond. I actually don't mind that. You see, I can't say I think Italy's that strong right now. Let's just have a look. Hang on, I can even go here. I mean, Donnarumma, fair enough. Bastoni, yeah. Tonali, Udogie. Yeah, other than that, I wouldn't say any of those. Like, I wouldn't really be crying out for Zappacosta in a team. You know, he had his chance at Chelsea, didn't really do too well. Di Lorenzo, I feel like, I don't know Coppola. Barella, I think I've heard of. I think, is he at Inter? But yeah, these three here I've never heard of. Whereas I know Haaland, Sorloth, Odegaard, Berg, Aja, Nyland. You know, surprisingly, I know as many of the Norwegians as I did the Italians. Ostergaard, I know he was at Stoke. Patrick Berg. Try and make sure I don't get that name mixed up. He's at the... No, I'm thinking the Swedish striker. Jürgen Strand Larsen did great at Wolves this past season. Oscar Bob's Man City, isn't he? Yeah, I can't say I know any of them subs off the Italian bench either. We went very well, Rayrock. 2 full clears, 1 drop battle between 2 accounts, and about 1830-ish score each. So, yeah, pretty decent. Alright, so I'm just going to post my score on Discord so that my guildmates can see how I got on. And I'm then clocking off for the night because I've got to be up reasonably early tomorrow to make sure that I can prep for this stream. If anything, I need to make sure everything's okay with it. Ooh, let's go here. That's the button I'm after. Alright, so quick thank you to Alate for the $2.70. Very much appreciated. And yeah, the plan is now to be back. Well, I say plan is. We're going to be back tomorrow afternoon for the Marvel Snap Golden Gauntlet. and then Monday will be on for GAC again. So we're back to the afternoons again from Monday. Which is ironic considering then I have a week where I'm kind of doing what I want anyway because of Conquest and no GAC. But let's just pretend that isn't a factor. Alright, so who are we raiding into? Also, I really wish I had a raid function on YouTube. Not always the most important thing, but it just feels weird not raiding there. Let's go to Trevor Boy. Alright, so I will hopefully see some of you tomorrow. If not, I will see you Monday. And yeah, enjoy your weekend. If not, alright. Bye folks, raid launched. See ya. Bye bye.